Let's see. To la kitchen! Assuming he's even freaking here. Probably not. Looks like Mr. Armstrong's out again. But the place is open for business. You can't have an open restaurant without a chef! Hey, it's not my fault, Nick. Don't take it out on me. Dramatic zoom. Only a couple minutes after the incident happened, Mr. Kudo left the scene, leaving Mr. Armstrong here alone. What could he have gone and done did? Missing when we need to talk to him the most. Maybe he's trying to avoid us on purpose. Would make sense, considering the fact that he's probably involved in all of these crimes. Anyway, that all being said, I guess I could go to blue screens, but at the same time, I'd rather see if I could talk to Maggie. Because that'd be just fantastic, let me tell you. Hey! Oh, Mr. Wright! Hello, Maggie. So they finished questioning you? Wasn't it just unbelievable in court today, sir? I'm gonna stay up all night and blog about everything that happened. They let you blog in prison? Weren't you scared? It was pretty touch and go in there. Yeah, but you totally nailed that old man. Phrasing. Well, he was all over the place with his testimony. He's not the only one. Eh? What do you mean? You gonna dig at Gumshoe again? Everyone else's testimonies don't match up either. Not with what I remember of the incident anyway. Is it possible she's the one misremembering things? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Maggie, you know how you said that everyone else provided testimony that doesn't match up with what you remember? Yep. There are just so many things that don't seem to add up. The biggest contradiction is the other guy I saw at the victim's table. He was the one who slipped something into the victim's coffee. I'm sure it was him. But didn't Mr. Kudo testify earlier today? That it was the waitress who put some white powder into the coffee cup? So you really think it was the disappearing man that did it? Well, he's not the only thing that disappeared. The CD vanished as well. You know, the CD with the writing on it? Oh yeah, the MC Screwdriver album, right? Maya, dear, we just found the MC Bomber disc. How do you not remember? It was MC Bomber, Maya. The name was scrawled on the sports paper, and I'd bop you with it if I could. You never did find that CD at the crime scene, sir. Or the victim's medication that's gone missing, too. Oh, my head. This is getting way too complicated for me. Yeah, well, that's why you're not the lawyer. You're the comedic relief sidekick. Let's call it like we sees it. You said that you passed out when the victim, Glenelle, collapsed, right? Yeah, it's so embarrassing. I mean, I used to be a cop. Yeah, I didn't want to actually bring that up, but when I came to, the restaurant was buzzing with police. And before I knew what was going on, they arrested me, sir. So between the time the victim collapsed and the time the police arrived on the scene, you have no idea what went on at Tribulations? No idea at all. Why? Is it important, Mr. Wright? The other witness, the old man from the park, was pretty much chased out of the picture. Chased out of the picture? What do you mean? Old Seedy wasn't inside the restaurant because he was told to go call the police. Exactly. And you, Maggie, were unconscious. That means Mr. Armstrong was alone in the restaurant for a brief period of time. No. You don't think Mr. Armstrong set me up, do you? I mean, he might not have wanted to, but if he was forced by an incredibly seedy-looking loan shark company into helping them cover stuff up, it would make sense. When you consider the facts, it's hard to imagine that Mr. Armstrong isn't involved in this at all. Yeah, it's like the master biting the paw of the dog that it feeds. Are you sure about this, Mr. Wright? Well, I'm not really sure about anything I do ever, but you know, it makes more sense than it doesn't. Well, the old man said as much when we spoke with him earlier. I don't know. The things that man does say, the things that man says don't add up for some reason, sir. Maybe it looks like she's trying to figure something out. Maybe we should ask Maggie exactly what she knows about Old Seedy. Hey, what do you know about Old Seedy? Or by his actual given name of Victor Kudo? I feel much better after this trial this morning. I've been a bit of a courtroom proceeding addict for years now. It feels like forever since I saw a witness as slippery as that old man. He's not really that bad of an old man, though. I mean, he's kind of a pervert, and he's a little scatterbrains, and he wasted my time. But you know, still, I feel a bit uneasy. What? And I thought you just said you felt much better. Well, I do, but I still feel bad. Maggie, if there's something on your mind, you've got to tell us. Especially if it has anything to do with Mr. Kudo or his testimony. Roger. I'll spill it all and see what you make of it. Yeah, let's just go and talk about that particular section there. Is there anything about Mr. Kudo's testimony that stood out as odd to you? Actually, yeah. The fact that he was even testifying to begin with doesn't quite what? Well, when I took the coffee over to the victim's table, was Kudo not even there? It's true there was another customer in the restaurant. Yeah, we know that already. It was Victor Kudo. But I can't really say it was an old man. Okay, then how about calling him a really old middle-aged man? Not what I meant it in the slightest, Maya. You're kind of dim. No, age isn't the issue. The other customer was woman. Boom. There you go. A woman? Are you sure, Maggie? Well, I'm not 100% sure, but I think so. So, what did this woman look like? Explain, woman. Well, I don't even remember the guy who actually committed the murder looked like, so what do you think? She was sort of creepy, and she had a kind of cackling laugh. Creepy. Cackling. Laugh. Why do I get the feeling I've come across a creepy woman with a cackling laugh like that recently? Guys, I think I might have actually been right. Hang on, can I maybe present to you? I could actually probably try and present Tigre too, but does this face ring a bell? I know I used to be on the police force, sir, but I'm incarcerated now, so I can't use my connections to help you. And all I can tell you about now is info about ex-cons or the clientele of Tribulations, sir. Yeah, that's literally what I was attempting to do. Oh, don't let it get you down, Maggie. That's literally what I was attempting to do. Holy smokes, that's him! Huh? That's your phony, Mr. Wright. Just look at that ridiculous suntan, if that's what you want to call it. For the record, I'm not sunburned like an over-dried tomato, so I don't know how. He told me he'd been on a business trip to Hawaii, and that's where he got the tan. I'm not hearing this. Oh, you poor child. Hang on, though. What the? Oh, there's the Weenie Mobile! Oh, yeah, I've got something you're gonna love. Really? What is it? A lunchbox, just for you. Here. Wow, a lunchbox. Weenies, too. I can't believe it. Thank you, sir. Did you make this just for me, Mr. Wright? Nah, it was Detective Gumshoe. Who else would make such a nice lunchbox for you? Detective Gumshoe? He's really worried about you. Looks like he put a lot of effort into making this, too. I can't accept it. Detention center rules. No gifts allowed, sir. Hey, come on, Maggie. Don't be like that. The rules are the rules. They'll lock you up if you break them. Somehow, when an ex-cop turned waitress says that, it seems a whole lot scarier. And anyway, I hate weenies. I don't think that's true. Oh, really? It's all yours, Maya. You can enjoy it with Mr. Wright. Well, that would give the shippers something to work with, but she's right. It's better than letting it go to waste. But I guess so. Gumshoe's lunchbox eaten with Maya. Well, how was it? That hit the spot. I love weenies. Oh, good. I'm glad I gave it to you then, sir. Well, that's incredibly depressing. Alright. And here I was hoping we might actually be able to do something to actually, you know, boost the mood or help him, or help out his standing at least a little. The main server just went up in smoke. Why the heck isn't the press conference set up yet? There's superintendents here already, not Super Nintendo Chalmers. Yeah, and there's a problem with the internet too. Not the router. I already told you to stop using your computer, Chief. But I'm watching videos online. I'm catching up on my Asian soap operas. They're significantly more dramatic. It's gonna have to wait, Chief. I'm throwing the switch. No, just when Sun Young Guy was about to confess confess to his son's hot-to-trot girlfriend. Excuse me? Wow, this place is really buzzing. Something must be going down. Something really big. Hey, what are you doing here, pal? Detective Gumshoe. You can't be here right now. You'll be roped into the briefing if you stay. Eh? We've got big problems here today. Why? What's going on? It's a virus. A virus? A virus? There's a virus ripping through the precinct's computer system. But I really need to ask you some questions. So talk to me about stuff. Okay, I'm gonna say this once, so listen up. Yeah? No matter how poor you get, never borrow money from a place like this, you hear? I didn't even say the name of it yet. Okay. If you got money trouble, just go on a diet of instant noodles and hang in there. We're not thinking about borrowing money, detective. We want information. Oh, is that all? Well, let's see. Tenderlenda is considered to be even fishier than the average illegal loan shark. And it seems it ran into trouble just recently. Those guys have been pretty heavy-handed calling all the debts. Really? Don't go poking your nose around in their business, pal. You'll really regret it if you upset that lady. All right, I get the picture. Hey, wait a minute. What did he just say? That lady, if you will? Who's this lady he's talking about, Nick? We'd better find out what the story is with this lady. By perhaps presenting the lady. That's the girl who works over at Tenderlenda. You want to stay away from her, okay? I mean it. She does look kind of unforgiving, doesn't she? And that should be the least of your worries, pal. What's that supposed to mean? What could be worse? She is spooky dooky. Her name is Viola Cadaverini! Also Viola? She's the granddaughter of Bruto Cadaverini. Bruto Cadaverini? Do you know who that is, Nick? Never heard of him. It's a scarred head, though. Bruto Cadaverini's the boss of the Cadaverini family. The Cadaverinis? That's one scary sounding name. Also, as it turns out, hard for me to say. We can't touch them. They're way too powerful for the police. But you're thinking of taking them on, aren't you? No, I don't remember ever saying I was going to. I better get some more info out of Gumshoe talking about this family. Actually, hang on though. Can I also possibly talk to you about this guy? Oh, this guy. The tiger. Is he famous? Yeah, this guy's not a loan shark, you know. Nope, he's a big lone cat. Hence the name. Don't pay him back, and you better say your prayers, because he'll eat you alive. It's messed up. You're shaking, detective. Like a leaf. I'm just, you know, kinda on edge at the moment, if you know what I mean. That's fair. I suppose we're not gonna tell him about the box not working. I'm not sure if I really want to get involved in this, but who are the Cadaverinis? Who are they? A scary bunch of people, that's who. You're a cop, and you're scared? What's that about? He's a detective. There's kind of a difference. Even if this game doesn't sometimes let you know it. I mean, I'm a lawyer and not a detective, and yet I'm constantly looking into stuff. Trust me, it doesn't matter if you're a kid or a cop. These guys are scary. They've got some serious clout in the criminal underworld. And you can't touch them. They've got too much moolah. Moolah? As in, they pretty much control all the cash on the city's black market. The black market, huh? And that includes Tenderlender, I take it. Sure, no one stands up to Bruto Cadaverini. And I mean no one. Interesting. So Viola's the granddaughter of some mafia boss then? Yeah, and everyone knows how much Bruto loves his little girl. She means everything to him. So, how did she end up at Tenderlender? I don't know, pal. But I heard she and the boss of Tenderlender are pretty tight. Tight? That's what it said in the file I read it related to Maggie's case. Sounds like a pretty important clue. So, what exactly is a computer virus, Detective Gumshoe? It's the year 2004, and I don't even. Oh, what? Look, I just go with the flow, all right, pal? Here, I thought detectives were supposed to be somewhat knowledgeable, or at least have the ability to detect. What's with that face, pal? You think you know what a virus is? Well, Nick, do you? A computer virus? Sure, I mean, only in simple terms, of course. Really? Wow, you know everything, Professor Nick. Yeah, I'm gonna call you Dr. Wright from now on. Hey, that sounds pretty cool. Don't you agree, Dr. Wright? Do I look like a man with really strange hair helping urban development in SimCity? Also, just realized the strange hair, fair enough, but it's not bright green, and I can't make skyscrapers spontaneously generate out of the ground. So I am not Dr. Wright. Why do I get the feeling they're making fun of me? Probably because they are. Okay, fine, I'm no expert, but I can at least explain the basics. Was a virus? Well, you know how a virus is something that gets in your body and makes you all sick and stuff? Well, a computer virus is literally that, but for computers. A virus is a program that gets inside a computer and causes damage. Damage? You mean it makes the machine go boom and explode? No, the damage is, well, it's all internal. So the inside goes boom, right? Imagine all the case data you got stored on your PCs here on the station. A virus could wipe out all of that. That's the kind of damage I'm talking about. Whoa, that's scary. Yeah, and what's even more scary is that viruses are infectious. Infectious? This is basic biology, really. Most computers are connected together on a network, right? A virus can move from one machine to another over the network. So the virus just keeps spreading faster and faster. Huh, just like a real virus, huh? But Nick, why would anyone want to make a program like that? Yeah, it takes ages to type in all that data. Why would you want to destroy it, pal? No, people don't infect their own machines. They send the virus to someone else's. What? That's horrible. Oh, I get it. It's like you sneezing on Mr. Godot so he catches a cold. Right, then he wouldn't be able to turn up in court because he'd be too sick. You really shouldn't do stuff like that, Nick. It was wrong. Wait, who, what, where, when, and why did the conversation jump to talking about me? Anyway, that's what a computer virus is. A bad program that causes damage. And all the different viruses have names, right? I kind of feel like I've heard the name of the virus we caught somewhere before. The name of the virus, huh? I feel like I've heard of it before, too. Interesting, interesting. Do I have anything about that? Doesn't seem so. Okay, well, that's where that takes place, I suppose. I doubt it, but, you know, just to be on the safe side. Okay, well, I definitely took care of all that business. Any chance that he might have come back? No. All right. Well, I suppose we'll head over to the Blue Screens Incorporated. Oh, look at this place. It is also very nerdy. Wow, this place is so high-tech. You can almost smell the electricity in the air. That can't smell great. It's a computer firm, Maya. They can't work without electricity, you know. Who are you? Whoa, hello. Oh, hello. Well, if anybody on the planet's a dang cyborg, I think I done found one. My goodness. Also, awkwardly pressed suit you're wearing. I guess I should probably go robotic with this one, huh? Probably a little too easy, but I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm sorry. Access is restricted to authorized personnel only. This is a computer programming laboratory. There are far too many trade secrets that could be leaked. Wow, what secrets? Everything you see here is classified. No information can leave this building. I decided to instead go with more of a, you know, one of those voices that plays on one of those instruction DVDs or videos of the pleasant lady voice who just kind of says things all like that. I think that works much better than just going meep, meep, beep, boop. Who is this woman? She's like a robot from some kind of whacked educational show. Hell yeah. My name is Lisa Basil. I'm the company director. Director? She's human? She seems more like a ghost in a shell. The references I'm experiencing today are unreal. And that thing over her eye, isn't it the same device as Glenn Elg's? Oh dear God, she knows our power levels. Maya, quickly, repress them. That's a DMH, right? Nice try, but it's the other way around, Maya. It's an HMD. Boom shakalaka. All of my programmers here at Blue Screens Incorporated are supplied with HMDs. Then do you write programs too? No, I just enjoy wearing this. They are pretty cool. I wouldn't mind one. Let's talk about some stuff. So, what exactly is this firm's business? I will try to simplify it so that you can understand. We analyze the data management systems required by certain branches of industry, and then deliver optimum operating systems and source-level components to them. What? You lost me on the corner of analyze and management. It doesn't matter. They analyze stuff. You got that much, right? The software we produce is distributed on CDs, and then we mail them to people inside phone books. But that's neither here nor there. CDs? Yes, compact disc, digital optical storage media. Of course, CDs are used for software as well as music. It is a small firm, but all of my employees are first-class programmers. Let's ask one of them what they're doing. Excuse me, what are you working on right now? I'm researching the impact of time slicing common areas on a logical access to shared global variables. Obviously, program structure heavily influences response time and performance, so the co-variables in the overheads are virtually important to the success of the execution. Well, you get the idea. This is the sort of thing we are involved in. Did you good people follow all of that? Yeah. Your blank smile just said otherwise, Maya. You know about what happened, right, Miss Basil? You mean about You mean about Glenn being poisoned? Yes, I know. It's terrible. You can tell by my mournful expression. Can you tell us anything that might be helpful? I don't think so. A police officer was here earlier too, but I couldn't tell him anything either because the waitress who committed the crime has nothing to do with Blue Screens Incorporated. Oh. Well, how about Mr. Elg's desk? Have you cleared it out already? No, not yet. It's this one right in front of you. If there's anything that might be useful to you, you are welcome to take it. I guess that might be a clue here in somewhere. Well, that's actually really kind of you. Thank you. Beep boop lady. I like how your hair looks like a helmet. Anyway, what's with all this stuff? My goodness. Wow, look at this mess. Looks like they're all betting tickets. What kind of betting tickets? For betting on which horse will win a given race. They're horse racing tickets. Man, this dude has clearly got a gambling problem. The occasional lottery ticket here and there ain't so big a deal, but if he's also betting on horse races, ooh, that's probably gonna be a problem. Oh wow, his drawers are stuffed full of these. Looks like they're all losing tickets though. Why would he hold on to so many? There's over 500 of them. Jesus. This many tickets would get you, what, a buck down at the recycling center? Dude, I didn't know you were so hard up that you tried to profit from the dead, Nick. Maya, why are you this way? I'm just taking them as evidence, Maya. The fact that I'm stuffing them all in my pants at the same time is besides the point. Now I'm carrying far too many of them. What you gonna do about it? Whoa, look at this desk, Nick. What a mess. Looks pretty average to me. But you can't get any work done with everything all over the place like this. You think? Real whiz kids can work under any condition, you know? Why you pout face? She's trying to hint that I should tidy my desk more. I'll clean up my desk when Maya stops asking silly questions. So no hurry. Haha, hey, this calendar. What about it? If this is another hint about tidying, you can forget it. Someone's marked December 3rd in red pen. December 3rd? That's the day Mr. Elk was murdered, and this is probably his calendar. Is there anything else? Yeah, it says meet with the tiger. Bada bing, bada boom, 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 clap. There you go. The tiger? Glenn's calendar added to the court record. Okay, you figure that's everything we're really gonna be able to get? I suppose I could inspect the servers. Hey, look, Nick, it's a supercomputer. It looks like it's really smart and wise, doesn't it? Computers are only as smart as the humans who use them, Maya. At least, they are so far. That explains why we don't use the computer in our office. You work there too, Maya. Yeah, but at least I'm... Please, don't argue about something that's so trivial. Otherwise, the computer will laugh at you. She said she'd laugh at us, Nick. That's not what she said. She's a human, Maya, not a computer. If anything, she's a cyborg. I do enjoy how her outfit lights up. It's really cute. Let's see. I suppose we could inspect the programmers. He's really pounding that keyboard, isn't he? Wow. I bet that's where the pro and programmer comes from, huh? I guess I shouldn't be resting on my laurels. Gotta expand my skill set and all that. Yeah, once you have literally anything other than the singular skill of communing with the dead, let me know. Admittedly, I should backtrack that a bit, because you can, in fact, commune with the dead and let them possess you, and I can talk to people who are dead. That's actually kind of a mind-blowing superpower, if I'm being honest. I should probably cut you a little more slack, but still, I mean, come on. Yeah, that's a good idea. Maybe I could become old CD's apprentice. And what about your spirit medium training? I don't think she really has any desire to be involved with that, if I'm being honest. Oh, hang on. Those pillars almost look like they're moving. It's kind of unsettling. Nah, they just look a bit twisted or warped or whatever word I'm looking for. This office was designed with a futuristic feel in mind. Futuristic? Yes, we tried to imagine what things might look like in the future when we designed it. It helps to soothe and calm the soul. Huh. On second thought, I agree with you, Nick. This place is really unsettling. Yeah, well, that's what happens when you end up living inside a friggin' Apple product. Anyway, let's see. Maybe there's something we can present. Could you maybe tell us more about the guy? About Mr. Elg? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. But he did suffer from 1 or 2 bugs in his personality. Oh? Like what? He was a bit of a loser. Perhaps that would be the best way to describe it. That's what got him into trouble. What's the matter? He was a top programmer. I would even say he was a genius. So he was really no trouble at all. A model employee. Hey, wait a minute. Just now you said something about being in trouble. We've got to find out what this trouble was. Boom. What the? Damn you, controls. Boom shakalaka. Tell me about it. About Mr. Elg? Was he in some kind of trouble? I'm sorry. Why would you think that? I thought you said something about it just now. You said he got himself into trouble because he was a bit of a loser. Hey! All right, well, that should be a more easily opened up locks situation. 3 psych locks. I guess Mr. Elg is like every other man with his own pile of secrets. All right, well, I don't know if we'll be able to get pretty far, but I'm gonna give it a go. Reveal to me your secrets, honestly kind of nice lady. But that's neither here nor there. Let's not talk about that. So, how about you tell me what kind of trouble Mr. Elg was in? I'm sorry, sir, but we don't deal with troubleshooting here. That's actually pretty clever. Nice turn of phrase, not gonna lie. Perhaps you'd like to speak to someone in customer service. Actually, just very briefly, do I have you in here? I do. Ah, we don't know her age. Not that that matters. Perhaps, yeah. What's she talking about? I guess I'd better just take a shot and see where it gets me. I don't know if I should be saying Basil or Basil. Let me ask you something. Does Mr. Elg's troubles have something to do with this? Not that. This? Did he have a horrible gambling problem? What is that? A bunch of horse racing tickets, all losing ones. With that many tickets, you could get $1 at the recycling center. You good people are very, very bad. Cashing in on others' misfortunes is immoral. Is that a whiff of hypocrisy I smell? But what is the relevance of these tickets? The victim, Mr. Glenn Elg, he had a gambling habit, didn't he? I don't think that's a logical conclusion based on the facts. Everyone likes to go to the races from time to time. I've literally never been to it. They abuse those poor horses until their hearts explode. It's actually incredibly inhumane, and I don't know how it's legal. Yeah, but not everybody buys this many tickets. Anyway, I don't believe that proves anything on its own. You're right, but I'm not through yet. Mr. Elg's gambling wasn't restricted to horse races, was it? He's also all about that lottery. Let's go with the actual ticket he had. I was gonna maybe use the flyer. The lottery, horse racing, he bought a lot of tickets and lost a lot of times. That's gotta have hurt his wallet pretty bad, don't you think? She sweats. Maybe bad enough to be on the cause of some pretty serious trouble, perhaps. No. You are right. Glenn did have a gambling habit. You good people must not follow his example. Do you understand? Trust me, even if I wanted to, I don't exactly have the money to buy any. But if you win, there's no problem, is there? And Glenn had a winning ticket, didn't he? For $500,000? Yeah, but it's hard to imagine how he could have been in trouble then, isn't it? It's true that Mr. Elg won $500,000 in the end, but that was his first stroke of good luck. He was in deep trouble before that. Deep trouble? What do you mean? Mr. Elg's real problem was with someone or something more terrifying and ferocious. Let's just post the actual image itself and see how that takes us. Take that! Furio Tigre, the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. Tender Lender? People with businesses should think harder before naming their offices. Like you're one to talk. Well, what do you think? Our firm is doing very well at the moment. I don't think we need to borrow money. No. I mean about Mr. Elg. You think Glenn had something to do with this Furio Tigre? Yes. I'm sorry. I don't know of any connection between the two of them. Really? Because I got proof that they do! Let me show you this weird old horsey calendar thing. What? There, take that! Furio Tigre, aka the Tiger, is the boss of a loan office called Tender Lender. This is who Mr. Elg met with on the day of his murder. And the only thing a loan shark would talk with him about would be his debt. No! It's true that Glenn had racked up quite a bit of debt from his gambling habits. About $100,000, I think. That would certainly explain this. 100,000? No, 500,000. Ah ha ha ha. Also MC Bomber? Hello. Ooh, I get it now. MC Bomber must, because we're talking about there was a virus going throughout the precinct. I bet that's what the disc is. That'd make sense. $100,000? Ouch. But I heard he won the lottery, so he should have been in the clear and had a $400,000 bonus in part of it. Shame Maggie couldn't get a bit of that luck. Okay, so the guy got lucky and won the lottery. But what if he hadn't won? What was his plan then? Well, this isn't easy to say, but he said he would use his talents to repay the money. His talents? I suspect he was talking about programming. What computer program is worth $100,000? Perhaps you good people should leave so I can get back to my work. I'm so close to cracking her. The program in question, was it by any chance this? Did I ever, take the disc? Oh, I did! I did, well, I didn't take it because, whatever, I've got, take that! This is a very delicate matter. Without the necessary data, there's really no way I can access the information. I am confused. I know Mr. L created some sort of program. She can't deny it if I show her the program itself as evidence. Did I not literally just do that? Found at Tender Lender, a sample disc with the name written in Oh, you have got to be kidding me. Okay. I know what I have to do. Gumshoe, is this disc the virus? About this. What? I'm trying to concentrate on Maggie and the virus right now, so This is it! This stupid name! I remember now! I thought so. Here it comes. Don't just nod to yourself and keep me in the dark, Nick. What's going on? It's okay, Maya. You don't have to cry about it. The name's scribbled on that sports paper and written on that CD. That's the name of the virus. MC Bomber. Ah! Yeah, the virus that's just infected every computer in the station, pal. It's MC Bomber. Can you give us any more details, please? At the very least, could you please update my information so I could get this information out of them? We already knew about the MC Bomber virus for a while back. A group of criminals issued a series of demands to the head honchos of law enforcement. They threatened to release the virus if the demands weren't met. Who were they? I don't know. Some hotshots from the criminal underworld would be my guess. And now the virus has been released, huh? Yeah, it's in every computer in every public office in the city. Everyone's going nuts. They're hopping around like they're dancing at a carnival. All this stuff with criminals and viruses. It almost feels like we're in a sci-fi movie. Well, we were talking to a cyborg. Also, that clock is wrong. It says it's 1 a.m. It's 1 p.m. probably. It's usually 1 a.m. for me. I'm up at night. Apparently, the program who made the virus was a real genius or something. The focus right now is on tracing the route of this virus on the black market. You mean someone put this virus up for sale? And thus all of the information comes together. Yeah, and because this one's so powerful, they're estimating its price tag was in the millions of dollars, pal. In the millions? A virus can be worth that much if it can completely and utterly destroy the networks and computers of anybody who could pose to be a threat to you in any sort of technological sense. Yeah, actually, I could see that going for that kind of money. There we go. Ah, I can't believe it. I almost forgot the most important thing. And that is, you know, the lunchbox. How did everything go? The lunchbox? You remember the weenies? I hate weenies! Oh, yeah, those weenies. So, how did my weenies taste when they went down the hatch? Phrasing, please. Well, it was delicious. Yeah, that's what she said. Really? Well, not exactly. Don't worry about it, pal. I figured something would happen, so I came prepared. Prepared? What do you mean? I made a jumbo lunchbox. Oh. Do me a favor again, huh, pal, and deliver this. This sure is a heavy burden, in more ways than one. I can just imagine Maggie's little eyes sparkling with joy when you bring her that. Weenies again, Nick. Tell me we don't have to eat all these too. We will eat the weenies, and we will enjoy them. This is our lot in life, Maya. This is the burden we carry. I really can't eat anymore. You can't eat anymore? In what plane of reality is that a thing? Well, that being said, all right. Well, we know delivering it ain't gonna do nothing for us, so we'll go there. And then we'll go back to Tribulations. We'll go back to the Blue Screens Incorporated. And now I gotta do this whole song and dance number again. Oh, well. It's not bad. With the power of speeding things up with the B button. Did it have anything to do with all of these? Okay, but did it, in addition, did it have anything to do with this? I am full of knowledge, cause I am Lawyer Man, stuck into a robot in really cool clothes. Anyway, something far more ferocious, and perhaps all too smelly. It's Tigray! He smells of burnt skin. And you know he uses some kind of nasty cologne. Alright, so then we zoom on over to this and use the calendar thingy! Shatter-a-doo! And there we go. There we go, now it works. Well, this is it, isn't it? This is the virus that's infecting computers worldwide as we speak. MC Bomber. No! That ought to get the info out of your face. Oh, thank goodness, I got my health back. All right, now tell me about some stuff. Glenn's head had more processing power than any computer, but it had been infected with a gambling virus. Glenn was in too deep. You mean he was in debt? Yes, $100,000 in debt. Not an easy amount to repay. So, he said he was taking on some extra work, something a bit more risky. Risky? Frisky? Business of the most foul kind? Maybe he was gonna become a waitress at Tribulations. Where do you come up with these ideas? Come on now. So it's safe to say Mr. Elg was the creator of this virus, huh? The MC Bomber virus. Yes. It was a work of genius, in a bad sort of way, of course, but still genius. Something like that would probably fetch several $1 million on the black market. Inconceivable! Gumshoe was right for a change. This date, December 3rd, that is marked on his calendar. That was his deadline for repaying his debts. And I just realized, it's a month after the fact and you didn't clean out his desk. Failing that, you didn't at least sweep up the area around it. You get the feeling that maybe this was supposed to take place like somewhat sooner than the timescale actually was. The fact that nobody, even Maggie, has talked about the fact that she's been in prison for a month over all of this is really kind of strange to me. I wonder if there was a rewrite or something. I guess we won't be needing these horse racing tickets anymore. Clearing them out. Use the trash can, Nick. I will do no such thing. All right, so I guess that's all there is to say about that. Bye, lady. I like your look. I'll leave it at that and move on with my life. Let's see. I don't suppose Armstrong is back. No, he is certainly not. Okay, the detention center. Nothing. The criminal affairs department. Nothing. Okay. Then we must begin our never-ending search to figure out what the hell to do next. Tender lender? Well, I suppose I can at the very least... Take that! At the very bare minimum, I can try and see what I might have to try and use. It's not like I've really got anything else I can think of being able to do. You said that bandage around your head was a form of operation? You also said you suffered a fatal injury to the head, correct? Yes, yes. The operation was very difficult, apparently. I have to switch off from robot lady into spooky lady. Now, but fatal injury, you mean you were hurt very badly somehow, right? Did the injury in question have something to do with this? Take that! I have here a car repair bill. From this, it seems pretty obvious that this car was involved in an accident. Accident most foul. Let me see that. This bill is made out to the Cadaverinis. Yes, it is. I don't think I ever introduced myself. Tell me, what do the Cadaverinis have to do with me? Something tells me she's not about to say hi and introduce herself. All right, then. Your relationship with the Cadaverinis is very strong, and this is why. Well, that would probably explain why I've got this dude. Take that! I know exactly who you are, Viola Cadaverini. You sustained that injury in a traffic accident, didn't you? Heyo! It happened about 4 months ago. I was driving in one of our family's cars when someone pulled out in front of me. Honestly, I didn't think you were old enough to know how to drive. I thought you may be like 16 or something. Hey! It was a motorbike, or something like that. I don't remember it much. Anyway, I swerved to try to avoid it, but... Alright, well that was definitely Tigre you done hit with your dang car. I took a blow to the head. A bad one. Yeah, I can imagine. It seemed like he would have been the one to suffer from the massive injuries and not you. Did the airbag not deploy? If so, then I guess I could see how that would end in a bad accident, but still. So what happened to the person on the bike? I'm guessing they didn't get away with injuring the Viola Cadaverini, right? I don't know what happened to them. They ran away, or so I heard. Ran away? If they'd stayed, I'd have. Huh. Is it possible? Could the person who committed the hit and run have been the one and only Tigre? It was this man, wasn't it? He was the cause of your accident. Or at the very least, he played a role in it. It wasn't Don Tigre. I refuse to believe it. And yet the lock broke regardless. We collided, the motorbike and my car. But Don Tigre isn't injured at all, is he? It was the tiger who caused her to crash. I can feel it in me bones. Plus, one of her locks just broke, so she must suspect it was him too. I'm sorry, Miss Cadaverini, but I have proof that the tiger was involved in a traffic accident on his bike. Namely, the fact that his bike looks like it got run over by a wheat thresher. You don't get up with something like that unless you mess something up. Also, probably went the long way. Oh well. It's not exactly a motorbike, but Mr. Tigre rides around on a bright pink scooter for whatever reason, doesn't he? And you'll notice that the front wheel guard is badly damaged. And the back wheel guard. And one of the lights. Miss Cadaverini, you know the truth, don't you? Heh, heh, heh. This repair bill was paid by Furio Tigre. The Cadaverinis have known for ages who caused the accident, haven't they? It's possible, perhaps. Somewhere inside me, I know that may be true. I knew it! But Don Tigre still saved my life. The operation was very complicated. It was very, very expensive. How much are we talking? Very, very, very expensive. She seems kind of hesitant about giving me an actual figure, and I should back off. Well, anyway, it was the tiger who paid for it, right? After I recovered, Don Tigre told me. He said he paid for the operation because he cared about me. Oh, I certainly hope that you're not... I hope that this isn't like a legitimate, like, infatuation you have for him, because I'm almost positive he paid for it because otherwise he was going to be murdered. I believe him. Really? Do you honestly believe that to be true? Do you want to know about... do you want to know what I think? I think the reason he paid for the operation wasn't because of you, but someone else. If I had to guess, probably because of your granddad again. Perhaps I shouldn't be saying this, but your grandfather, Bruno Cadaverini, controls a lot of dubious cash, right? And you are his beloved pride and joy. Sure, I don't know where exactly how much the operation cost, but if you weren't the granddaughter of Mr. Cadaverini, do you think Mr. Tigre would have paid the money? $1 million. That's a lot of a mood. Although, admittedly, that honestly seems kind of low for an operation that would, like... If you had a head injury that could have potentially killed you, I feel like that would have cost a whole lot more. 4 months ago, I was in a traffic accident. That's why I needed the operation. When I woke up, they told me it was nothing serious. A simple procedure. Oh, really? Well, I guess if she recovered in 4 months, it couldn't have been too big. They said the operation cost $1 million. $1 million bucks? My grandfather ordered Don Tigre to pay $1 million in compensation. Compensation, huh? It's underworld lingo for paying money to settle a score. Basically pay or get into some serious trouble. But $1 million bucks? This has to be related to our poisoning case somehow. Makes sense to me. Now we've established ourselves a motive. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to trust what Don Tigre said. He said it had nothing to do with my grandfather being Bruno Cadaverini. I said it wrong again. I'm sorry. I wanted to believe he helped me because he cared about me, not about my grandfather. Oh, that's suddenly depressing. But I knew that wasn't really true. Wow, I'm so sorry. What he did to get the money was... it was evil. He said it was all for me, so I helped him. You helped him? In what way? Here, take these. What are these? Medical papers? I'm Bruno Cadaverini's granddaughter. He had to pay compensation. He was made an offer he simply couldn't refuse. Wow, I actually kind of feel bad now. Yeah, okay. I feel so bad for Viola. It's inexcusable. Huh? There are two things that I consider inexcusable. Poisoning and betrayal. Only a coward would hurt people using either of these tactics. Is everything all right, Nick? We should get going. Right after we finish our espresso. Yeah. I won't need to convince Viola of anything else, so I guess I can get rid of this. Repair bill thrown into the trash. Well, we already know why Phoenix feels the way he does about poison and betrayal. All right, well, with that all being said, Armstrong, we've got a conversation. Bonjour, I've been waiting for you to return. Mr. Armstrong? Ah, good timing. I was hoping to find you here. We'd like to ask you a few things. Questions. Also, weed? Well, he hasn't got anything to say to you fellas. Oh, that's a problem. Yeah, it's Zinny Hop. Who you calling Zinny OP? Ah! Come out from under the table already, Maya. Okay, hand it over. What? You want to play games with me? I don't recommend that. The medical papers. Now. Uh-oh. I think he wants Viola Cadaverini's papers back. You mean this? The $1 million medical papers? Miss Cadaverini trusted you. That's why she said that she helped you. Forget about it. That girl's dumber than an eggplant. Oh, hell no, you didn't. You just want to know what's sad? I'll tell you what's sad. And it ain't only her face. She thinks she got power because she's Bruto's little girl. Now that's sad. I can't let you have these papers. Tomorrow in court, I'm gonna expose what you did to get the 1 million used to pay this off. Are you crazy or something? I don't care if you want to give it to me or not. There's 2 of us here. You got that? 2. Armstrong. Oui. Mr. Armstrong. Forgive me, désolé. I cannot argue with him. That really hurt. Is that all you's got? I'll be taking those papers now. Armstrong, get that lighter. Wait. Don't take it too hard, Phoenix Wright. That was so stupid. I shouldn't have let my guard down. Those medical papers were vital evidence. Crap. Hold it, pal. Gumshoe? Detective Gumshoe? Detective? You think you're gonna stop me, copper? Beat it! Gwah! Gwah! Come on, Gumshoe, keep it together. You guys, get out of here. Leave this guy to me. But go, pal, and take this. If you get hurt, who's gonna look after Maggie, huh? All right, thanks, Gumshoe. Wait, Nick, don't leave me behind. Holy crap, that is the 2nd time Gumshoe has saved Phoenix Wright's life from mobsters. Holy crap, Gumshoe's a good guy. I'm going to hope that he's gonna be okay. I have no reason to think he won't. But still, I'll be a little worried. I'll get even with that guy tomorrow in court. Tenderlender is going down. Well, if we weren't sufficiently motivated before, we sure as all hell are now. I hope you guys all enjoyed that. Whew. In the next part, we're taming the tiger. I'll see you then.